Christina Peretti, Senior Director of Community Impact. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So, Greater Boston Food Bank is a staple, a pillar of Boston. How long has it existed and why did it come about?
Yeah, so in 1974, a woman named Kip Tiernan, a name that many might recognize, started delivering food in the back of her station wagon. And it was primarily to homeless people on the streets of Boston, but then fast forward until 1981, and the food bank was officially incorporated. We now operate out of our 117,000 square foot building in the Newmarket area of Boston.
Yeah, it's a very recognizable building,
Yes.
right? So how many people do you serve at Greater Boston Food Bank?
Sure. So the food bank has grown considerably since the early days when Kip started it, and even since I started at the food bank. And now we serve about 600,000 people per month, and that's in all of Eastern Massachusetts. So from New Hampshire all the way down to the tip of the Cape. And we do this by providing healthy food to over 600 agency partners in those 190 cities and towns that we serve.
Wow, that's expansive for sure. So what are some of the strategies that Greater Boston Food Bank implements now and going forward to continue to help food insecure people?
Sure. So now more than ever, we are really committed to continuing to bring in over 100 million pounds of nutritious food annually and being really efficient in getting it out to our partner network. We also have a really strong advocacy team. They are constantly advocating locally and with our state agencies, spreading awareness of the need, and telling our legislators how they can help. We're also committed to keeping, really clear and open lines of communication with our partners. It's important for us to understand their needs, and then we can amplify their stories. We can tell their stories to media and to donors and legislators, and really help people understand the need in the network. And lastly, I would say we continue to invest in building the network up.
And so how much are you expecting to bring in this year?
So we're really excited to be able to distribute over $1 million to our network partners. We have an annual community investment grant which support things like trucks and refrigeration, staffing for new programs. So this is one of the many ways that we work in fortifying and continuing to build up our agency network.
Fabulous. And you touched on a little bit before your advocacy agents working directly with homeless individuals or people just in need of food assistance, being able to tell their stories to the media. We see statistics all the time, a huge amount of veterans, families, but those are just numbers. It's important to see the faces and hear the stories, right?
Yes, definitely. And I think that's one of the things that I love most about my role at the food bank is I get to be out at the food pantries, at the meals programs while they're serving, meeting clients, hearing their stories, and really seeing the work on the ground and hearing from our partners what they need.
That's beautiful. And, during the winter months, everybody gets excited to donate around Thanksgiving and Christmas, but there's 3 long months of winter, 4 in Boston, maybe even 5. It's
Too many.
Cold here, right? So why is it important to keep up with donations and thinking about food insecurity in a way that we need to do something about it?
Yeah, definitely. That's a great question. So holiday season is our busiest time. You're correct. Also, you're correct in that hunger is not a seasonal issue. Mm-hmm. It is year-round. Obviously, the winter can be really difficult for families who are paying high heating bills, and inflation and other basic needs are just getting more expensive. But other times of the year are just important. I think many times the summer months are hardest for families when children are home from school and they're not receiving the free breakfast and lunch that they do at school during the year.
Right. Maybe you don't realize how impactful free school lunch is.
Yes. And we are very lucky to have it here in Massachusetts.
We absolutely are. And are there any specific resources you want to point our viewers to if they are in need of food assistance?
Definitely. So if viewers need help, if anybody needs help, we really encourage them to visit our agency locator. It's gbfb.org/needfood, and that will help them find a partner agency near them. All you need to do is put in your zip code, and then it will populate a list of local food pantries or meal programs. It will show them on the map, tell you hours of operation, if they offer any special services, if their staff speak any different languages. So it will give you lots of great information about each one of those pantries. It's a great resource.
Fabulous. That sounds like a very helpful resource because
Yes.
people don't know where to look.
Yes,
right?
exactly.
And then people call like one place and they get disappointed and they give up.
Exactly, and it's really great because you can filter by things like what days, you get out of work early on a Wednesday. Where is there to go on a Wednesday afternoon? The agency locator will tell you. So you can put in the specific parameters and don't have to go calling all sorts of different places to find the help you need.
That's really great. So where can viewers just learn more about Greater Boston Food Bank in general?
Yes, our website is the best place. It's gbfb.org. Very easy, very easy to remember, and all the information is there. Information about how folks can contribute, how they can volunteer, donate, our advocacy priorities that we love to see folks engage with us on.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. I
Christina.
really appreciate it.